Hey you guys, I'm doing a video today. So I went live a little while ago. I've been trying to get back into the swing of YouTube, and by doing that, I've been doing lives. So if you ever see me going live at night, just stop on past and say hello and join us in the chat for a few minutes. But I wanted to do this as a regular video. I am going to do Rose Ayala's perfume tag. So it's the 4 questions tag, and I wanted to get that done and hop on her tag. And she had a great video, chit chatted with us for a little bit, and so I wanted to answer the questions too. So here we go. What are my favorite types of frags? So my favorite types of frags are going to be fruity, floral, amber, gourmand. So any 2 of those families, combinations, 3, all of them, those are my jam. So what are those? So a fruity, floral, amber, fruity, floral, gourmand. Think of things like Idola by Navatus in collaboration with Triple B, or when he made the fragrance, he was called Big Beard Business. That was an MFK collab that had a beautiful peach and rose, and some other beautiful deep bass notes that just, I feel like in my younger years, I was really into fruity florals. So a lot of the fragrances I like now just kind of kick it up a notch with either gourmand bases or amber base. So those are my favorite type of fragrances. And then now for question 2, fragrance regrets of 2024. Do I have any fragrance regrets of 2024? So I guess I try not to hold on to them as regrets, but as lessons, or just, kind of shift my mind frame and say like, hey, okay, that's not working for us. Let's do this. So, but if I had to say what some regrets were, it's probably not being disciplined and watching the blind buying. Another regret would be not jumping into the seller space. I really would, I know once I sell something, I will feel better, but I just have not been into that. I like to go into the post office and actually hand it over to one of the people working there so that they can scan it, and I can get tracking right away. I know you can do that from home, but I've been burnt by pirate ship a little bit. So it's just different things that I just have not been in the mood to sell, but I really need to get in that space. It would be better. I like to sell at swaps, at meetups. Those are quite easier. Let's just do the fair exchange right there and it's over with. But when you're dealing with shipping, it's like, did it make it to the person? This is USPS doing what they're supposed to do. So all of these things. I think I kind of let myself loose with this because so much in life we have to be so restricted by. You can't eat this, you can't do that, you got to do this, you got to be up, you got to be disciplined in so many areas of your life. Like there's sometimes I just want to be like, I don't have to necessarily control this, but then we are responsible adults and there's just some things, yeah, you do have to control. The third question is, what are your fragrance goals? So for the longest time, if anybody had asked me that, my fragrance goal would have been to put up my fragrance shows so that I can display my fragrances, see what I have, and be able to just admire my collection. There are bottles that I buy that I'm like, I really like the look of this. I want to see it. I think it's so pretty. And so I went ahead and pulled the trigger and just decided, let me get this done because I'm tired of thinking about it. It's exhausting to have that thought in your mind and not doing anything about it. So I went ahead and pulled the trigger, and that was done, completed in 2024. So what are my fragrance goals now that the biggest number one thing has been completed? So I think I would like to One, attend Scent Explorer as media. That's a fragrance goal. Another one is to curb my appetite for fragrances. So there are a few things that I know I have cut back on over the years, and that's one, try not to just go out here and pick up a whole bunch of cheapies from Marshalls and TJ Maxx. Now they've been stepping their game up a little bit, okay? So it's been a little bit interesting, but there were just days where I would go in just to get a quick fix and say, this fragrance is $15. Like, I want to purchase this, or this is just $20. I want to try this. I decided to cut that out. I cut that out. They're in our groups, fragrance groups. There are so many people doing splits and decants, and which is a perfect way to try a fragrance. But they would introduce us to new fragrances, which is a wonderful thing. It is a wonderful thing. And then for the gourmand lovers, they put up pictures with decadent pictures to just make you envision what you may get. You have no idea. A lot of times I don't even think the people that split them have smelt these things to know that those pictures actually smell like what you get. This is all a creation of our imagination from the notes that we see. And so I used to be like, oh my God, can you imagine the frosting and the hazelnuts and the vanilla ice cream and all these beautiful decadent gourmand notes? And then when I get the decant, I'm like, this is not what I had in mind. So I pulled back a lot and on decants and samples. Like, so now I'll tell myself, if it's not on my radar already, I'm not yearning for something I had no idea about just moments ago or yesterday or last week. So if I'm interested in something and it starts spinning the wheels for me, I'm like, hey, this is the fragrance I'm interested in. Then I'd see if somebody's selling a decant or splitting it or what have you. And so then I will allow myself to buy a sample. But just because it sounds great and they added some pictures that look amazing, I'm not doing that anymore. So I've stopped doing that. The other thing that I've stopped doing is saying like, oh, I need to get it. My new wording is I need to sniff that. I just want to smell it. Half the time I don't need a whole bottle. I literally just want to smell it. So 1 sniff, 2 sniffs, a 2 ml sample, like I'm sure I'm good. So those are some things that I've just been working on. And so I'm at a point where I have been doing pretty good in those departments. And I'm not quite sure what other goals there are. I think in terms of this hobby and fragrances, I do want to be more consistent on YouTube. I think all content creators say that, like we really want to be consistent, but sometimes life. And I'm not necessarily the one that can experience something kind of either traumatic or just where I know my energy and head is not in a good place. I'm not the one that's able to just kind of compartmentalize that or put it aside and try to come in front of you guys and be like good and smile. Like, I'm a big baby, so like I will cry, not at the drop of a dime, but maybe. So that's why I choose not to. However, that interferes with consistency on YouTube. But here I am. I am trying to show up for myself and for that goal. Is there another goal that I have? I don't think so. I think it's just taking it day by day, week by week. I want to wear and just delve into my fragrance collection. I feel like I have a lot of really, 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 really good fragrances. I don't need to keep looking for the next thing, but I just feel like it's part of the thrill and part of our nature as fragrance lovers to want to experience more and better and different. But I really do want to get into my collection. And so I think so far, in 2025. I'm starting off on a good foot with that because if you may not have seen that I've been doing lives, a lot of it is just things from my collection. And that's given me an opportunity to dive a little bit deeper into my fragrances, into my collection, what I already have. And that's been really great. Like, I've been enjoying it. Yeah, so if you ever see me live, just come check us out and check me out. Or maybe if I'm on with somebody, I would love to have you there. For our last question, which is your wish list. So I have a small wish list. I've separated wish list of fragrances that I feel that I want, and then things that I need to sniff. And then I even try to prioritize the few items that's on the wish list, because I feel like 2024, I just wrapped it up with a bang and kind of got some of the things that I really was just kind of thinking about or wanted, or because that's sort of my Christmas gift to myself. But what is on this wish list? So one of them is Vanilla Clot by Navitus. Chris of the Perfume Nest here on YouTube has a fragrance out with Navitus, and it's called Vanilla Clot. I was able to smell it at Scent Explore, and I really tried to get it while I was there, but it didn't happen like that for me. I'll call it miscommunication. So I was really upset about that, but I am looking forward to still getting my hands on it, because having a fragrance with a rice note and vanilla, and it to be pretty unique, like, I'm so excited about that. And I remember smelling it, and what I smelled, I really enjoyed. I put BDK's Tabac Rose on my wish list. I have had a travel of Tabac Rose for a little while now, because I'm just afraid to use it up. Like, I am waiting around for like a pretty decent deal on a bottle. I felt like I missed out on some over the holiday, but yeah, that's on there. There are a few others, and I will add those here or here. Because I can't remember them off the top of my head. But that is my video for the good girlfriend Rose Ayala's 4 questions tag. Thank you so much, Rose, for tagging me. Thank you for making this more introspective and more of a get to know me type tag. Like, I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed your video that you made doing that, and I can't wait to see other people's videos that actually jump on a tag. So until the next video, guys, see ya.